The Gambia has an educational policy on easy access to education nationwide. Despite the existence of such policy, most communities in rural Gambia are confronted with challenges in accessing learning. Due to such challenges, reality in the interior, students and parents of Joko Village in Fonyi Bintang Karanai are calling on the Gambian government to address the educational challenges they are faced with. Joko is 3 miles from Sibanor in the hinterland with an extreme poor road network where students cover long distance by foot to access their schools. Speaking to the Fatu network, Sali Jaju, a teenage student attending Sibano Senior Secondary School, says they become unproductive by the time they get to school after hiking through a densely bush for more than half an hour. Sally is appealing for better means of accessing learning.
They should help us because we are the future leaders of tomorrow. If they don't help us, how are we going to learn to know a lot? If we don't learn, then it will be a problem.
Echoing similar sentiments, Fatu Bojang says it takes more than an hour to get to school, thus having some adverse influence in their classroom participation and concentration. Fatu is calling on both government, organizations and philanthropists to come to their aid by providing with friendly means of accessing school.
If they could help or assist them, what would carry them to school, like bicycle or motorbike, it will be helpful.
On her part, Arabiatu Bojang, a mother, recollects that there was a time when girls were threatened by some callous young men while on their way to school, a situation that caused them to be escorting their children to school and equally employed vigilantes to watch over them when they closed from school. Madam Bojang further outlines that their children experience a huge delay in starting schooling due to unavailability of an early childhood educational facility where their children could be groomed before primary school.
Suñu xalé dañ day dem ba rombu 7 years ñu ngi fi lolu daf day affect suñu jang xalé torop
wala ñara ma ko rewesol la kara bu mo fa soro jang ba yalla no be karna juna ha comme no siri ne commencé no siri ba yalla di no ko tare kara wala
di no bulale fay meng wala tan kombon kol ni foni kol ni benta exam wala pro e karangola karola e ka tardele because tol bi ka hani dula jam fatan bi ka hani ka dinno dundi subanu juna fonga bula for 15 years.
Well, here in Joko, most of the residents here complain that there is no nursery school for them to start education. Access to education is a main challenge here. The kids have to wait for almost 10 to 12 years before they can actually be allowed to go to school. Looking at the distance, it is bushy. They fear for their lives. So it goes to the extent that parents have to actually convey them to go to school. All they're appealing for is for them to at least have a nursery school where their children would have an early grade to be able to compete. As the education policy said, no child should walk more than 2 kilometers to actually access education. But in Joko here, it is actually not the case. And the citizens or the residents here are appealing to government to actually put up a nursery school for them and also provide at least a transport mechanism for them to access education.